bringing you the latest Arizona high school football recruiting news year-round. This is the Recruiting Roundup on ProsToPreps.com.
It's day 3 of the Daily Dozen. This is Jason Jewell. I'm Jared Cohen. We normally do the Recruiting Roundup on ProsToPreps.com, which brings you the latest in Arizona high school football recruiting, but a different element as we are just about a month away, maybe a little less than a month away from the start of football in the state of Arizona. We're bringing you the players to keep an eye on in 2013, and we're bringing you 12 of them per day, hence the Daily Dozen. This being episode 3, we start at number 25. We've seen a lot of transfers on this list, Jason. Number 25 is another one, a talented wide receiver that is now at Mountain Ridge High School, Austin Cottrell.
Yeah, Austin was at Sandra Day O'Connor just down the street, and he had a productive junior season at O'Connor. But over at Mountain Ridge now, player that we think, we've talked about him before, could blow up. He's over 6'3", over 200 pounds. I saw him even playing corner, showing his athletic ability at the Surprise Passing League tournament. Kid I really like.
A talented receiver to keep an eye on. Number 26, one of the more highly recruited players in the state out at Hamilton High School. That's Quail Cunningham, defensive end.
Yeah, big-time player, 4-star prospect by Scout.com. He's been on varsity since he was a freshman, been very, very productive. He's a defensive end, could possibly be a hybrid, like outside linebacker type. 6'3", 230 pounds, and just a phenomenal athlete.
Another big body and highly recruited player here in Arizona. That's number 27, Cottrell Curtis, the big offensive lineman and defensive lineman out of Mountain Point.
Yeah, he could do it all. He's been recruited on both sides of the ball as a nose guard on defense and as an offensive guard on offense. Into 20 offers right now, has not narrowed his list down, but he's one of the most dominant players in the nation, not just the state of Arizona.
Number 28, we're going to stay on the defensive line, is Brandt Davidson out at South Point High School.
Yeah, no one's really talked about him because he didn't play as a junior. He sat out after he transferred from Ironwood Ridge, and after I watched his sophomore film at Ironwood Ridge, I had graded him as a Division I prospect. Coach Benet at South Point's had plenty of Division I players, and he still thinks that he is a Division I player. Still yet to have his first offer, though.
Another player that's kind of under the radar at number 29 is Raheem Dowdell. He is a junior offensive guard out at Mountain Ridge High School.
Player that I really like. He's, I think, will end up being a Division I kid. No offers yet. He's 6'2", 200 and almost 80 pounds. Very good technique. A player to keep an eye on.
Next two guys. The first one, number 30, dynamic duo down at South Point High School at wide receiver. The first one, Kaylin Dobosque, who just transferred into South Point last season from Texas.
Yeah, his name is well known. His brother Kovan and Khalif both played up at NAU last year. Moved here from Texas, had 72 catches as a junior. I believe that led the state of Texas. And he's also completely started to blow up. Arizona, West Virginia, Oklahoma State are the biggest offers for him. I think this kid's going to have a great season.
Number 31 is his teammate on the other side of the offense is Cameron Denson, another one of the top recruited players in the state. He's committed to the University of Arizona.
Huge gift for Rich Rod. Cameron committed very, very early. He's a player that can play on either side of the ball, can play wide receiver, can play corner, can play even safety. Get the ball in his hands, let him go out and make plays. Huge pickup, like I said, for the program down at U of A.
Number 32 on the defensive side of the football is Raheem Dowdell. He's a senior offensive linebacker out of Desert Edge High School who was in the state championship last year.
Yeah, he comes off the edge at that outside linebacker spot and picks up a lot of sacks. Very, very tough physical player that no one's really talked about yet, but he was one of the leaders of their defense taking them to the state championship game last year.
At number 33, a lot of Tucson guys represented on this episode. Number 3 is Dominique Drake, senior running back out at Buena High School.
One of the state's leading rushers last year, has an early offer from Army, but look at that first clip where he's just running over people. Just a dynamic football player. If he was up closer to Tucson or up in the Phoenix metro area, I think this kid has a dozen offers.
Number 34, a quarterback that I personally am a huge fan of. I think he's got a lot of talent. Marcos Deniza's quarterback, Josh Eckley's going into his senior season.
I really like this player. He's a kid I think could actually play wide receiver at the next level, and I know the University of Arizona is scouting him and looking at him as a wide receiver. He wants to be a quarterback. He's a dual threat player. I'm shocked he doesn't have an offer yet.
Number 35, Nathan Eldridge. This is a big, mean defensive tackle out at Boulder Creek High School, way up north in Anthem.
I really like him. He's only going to be a junior, and at 16 years old, he's 6'3" and 270 pounds. he's put together. I think he could be a nose guard, maybe a 3 technique at the next level. But I also saw him at a camp, and he played some offensive guard, and maybe he could do that.
And number 36, another transfer coming from Marcos Teniza, going to Mountain Point, defensive back Dominique Fenstermacher.
Yeah, he's a kid. He's been blown up, has 6 offers right now. Utah State is most recent. Had 6 interceptions as a junior at Marcos Teniza. Another player, just another weapon for Coach Vaughn over there at Mountain Point.
So that is 25 through 36 here on the Daily Dozen on episode 3. We're going to continue to bring you a lot more players because, like I said in the first episode, we're going up to 120. So we've got a lot more players to bring you, so make sure you stay with us day by day over the next couple of weeks. We've got episode 4 coming up tomorrow. That'll be numbers 37 through 48. And until then, Jason Jewell, Jared Cohen, this is the Recruiting Roundup's Daily Dozen on ProsToPreps.com.